just last week, one of my friends, a fairly important person, had his Twitter account hacked, and the hacker used it to send links to cryptocurrency scams to all his contacts, not just friends, but professional contacts, right? This is a serious problem. Now, another example is, I think of myself as a very security savvy person. And yet, when I go to haveibeenpawned.com and I put in my email address there, I see that my password from 24 different websites has leaked out there. It is in the hands of hackers, right? So neither I nor my friend suffered any serious consequences, but it could have happened. We were that close, and this can happen to you also. And today, to talk about how not to get hacked, how to keep yourself safe, we have Rohit Srivastav in the studio. He is one of the top cybersecurity experts and IT security experts in the country. Welcome, Rohit. Great to have you here.
Good to be on the show.
Yeah. So let's start with some of these hacks, right? What is the most common way in which people get hacked?
Okay. You initiated the whole conversation from Have I Been Pawned?
Yeah.
I'll take that as a interesting station of conversation right now.
Yeah.
What happened is this is created by a well-known security researcher out there.
Okay.
Where he got collection of databases from different hacks.
Okay.
And believe me, he has billion plus passwords in his database.
Okay.
Not the actual password, the encrypted passwords. Where he looks at, what you do is, when you put in your email address,
yeah,
it looks at whether in any of the breach your password was hacked or not.
Okay.
What does that mean? That an attack has happened, and on that particular attack, your password or your other information got leaked out or not. So let's take one example from your 24.
Yeah.
It could be LinkedIn, it could be Zomato, it could be I think Big Basket.
So I mean, Bitly is one of those email link shorteners I used to use long ago. That is one of them. Discuss for comments. Oh God, Domino's
Pizza.
Okay.
So and in each of them, it has written that what all data has lost.
Yeah.
So think of it. Your LinkedIn was hacked, or rather, attackers had broken into the LinkedIn database.
They didn't hack my LinkedIn.
No.
They hacked LinkedIn servers
and dumped the whole database.
Everybody who was on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Each and everyone.
I think 2008 or 9.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, whoever was on LinkedIn on that date, everyone's information.
All this information was out.
And in the hands of random hackers.
Okay. Now you understand, and a lot of audience would understand the whole cryptography of it. The passwords are cryptic and they're encrypted and stored and hashed and stored.
Yeah.
There are ways you can, if it is encrypted, then decrypt it, or if there are hashed, you have method of getting the actual text out of it.
Right.
Not breaking the hash, but doing some kind of attack on it.
Right.
That LinkedIn database is available with Troy Hunt, who's the owner of this website.
Yeah.
Plus a lot of attackers. Now, if you give me your email address, I can search your email ID in my LinkedIn database and get to know your LinkedIn password.
So if you are a hacker and you have that database, you can just check anyone.
It's just a search for.
It's just a look up. Oh my God.
So I searched and I found your password is LI and then something.
Okay.
Fair enough. LI could be the password, part of the password, or LI could be linked in.
Right.
Then another hack happens, another breach happens, say Twitter.
Yeah.
And I see your password is TW and the same thing.
Then you know.
Now I know.
Yes.
If I have to break into Instagram, it has to start with IG and then the string.
Correct.
If I have to break into your Facebook, it will be FB and then something.
And actually, I would say that most people don't even bother with that. A lot of people just use the same
password everywhere. That's called as password reuse.
Yeah.
So we have used this as an example in a lot of corporate awareness examples as well.
Right. Yeah.
Talking to board of companies.
Yeah.
When they did it,
yeah,
I asked them one simple question: what is the probability that your LinkedIn password and your office email password is same? And a lot of people were like suddenly
worried.
Okay. Yes. Why? Because people perceive LinkedIn as it's a pretty professional network. It is work-wise. So my work email and LinkedIn password could be same or similar.
Right.
Now you see how the attacks is happening.
Right.
People are trying. There are different ways of protecting it. Like most of the corporates have started using the two-factor authentication on their official email address.
What is two-factor authentication?
We'll come to that.
Okay,
we'll come to that. But yeah, people have started preventing, rather making it more difficult for these kind of attacks to happen.
Yeah.
But still, do you know that your account was ever breached, or were you part of a breach?
Correct. Like most people wouldn't know.
I'll take a few names in India.
Yeah.
Zomato was one.
Oh yeah.
Dunzo was one. Big Basket.
Yeah.
Zoom Car.
All of us have accounts on all of these apps and sites.
And these are not my primary important account, which I would be very careful for.
Right.
So I would go ahead and use a same password or an easier one.
Right.
And every time I repeat that.
Yeah.
That's where the breach percolates down to other attacks which is happening.
Okay.
And that's the part of the problem.
Right.
So these are the data breaches which happens.
Right.
You may or may not know about it.
Right.
Because it's not a part of your daily routine to keep knowing what all thing got hacked today.
Right, exactly.
What all data breaches have happened.
Yeah.
But then going to this site, and we spoke about have I been pwned?
Yeah.
You go to have I been pwned, put in your email address, you can actually subscribe to it.
Oh, so
and
whenever
every time there's a new breach in which your email address has reflected,
right,
you get an email.
And then what it means is that you should go and change
that particular password, or wherever you have used that
password, you change it on all the websites.
Correct.
Right. So, but you know, that's just a lot of websites to keep track of and passwords, you know.
But again, people have gone into habit. Like you, I know you have a very long password.
Right. Yeah.
People have started creating long passwords.
Right, because the idea is that small passwords are easy to break.
Break.
Yeah.
Is the keyword.
Hmm.
Who's breaking your password?
Oh yeah. Okay. So they're just stealing the password from the website.
If the database is available and I know your 70-character password, why would I bother to spend my computing resource to break it?
So there is no need to break.
It is copy-paste. It is as good as copy-paste.
Yeah.
So there was a very popular photograph on social media a few days ago. If you have an 8-character password, it will take 1 day to break. If you have 10-character password, it will take 4 days, 5 days to break, whatever, the sequence.
Yeah, correct.
So go ahead, 14 plus character, it will take years. Nobody break your password that way.
Okay.
Attackers do not use that method anymore.
It's just not cost effective.
It's not just cost effective. The passwords are dumped somewhere. All you have to do is copy paste.
Right.
While looking at your password,
yeah.
Have you ever seen your password in plain text somewhere? Written in a plain text somewhere, the whole password?
No.
Write it down on a notepad or somewhere.
Yeah.
The moment you look at it, you will feel scary about it. Oh,
yes.
Hey, hang on, how my password is visible to me?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
People have habit of storing their password on notepad, on
God.
Excel file.
Oh.
People are smart. They put their file in an passwords in an Excel file, and the password protect the Excel file. You know what? If you upload a encrypted Excel file, the password protected Excel file, there are online services to break the Excel password, which may take somewhere between 15 seconds to 15 minutes to 15 hours.
Depending on the password. Yeah.
But Excel password can be broken. And a lot of people are using the previous versions of Excel, so it's even easier. With time, things are getting secure, but yes. So you storing your password in an Excel file is risky.
Right. In fact, writing down your password anywhere is risky.
So it's the biggest PAP if you ever see your password in plain text anywhere.
No, but suppose my
shock.
Suppose my bank, I forget my password and my bank sends back a mail saying this is your password.
Bank has sent you the password, the text of the password in the email.
Yeah.
That is the day when you go ahead and close the account in that particular bank and move on to the next.
Okay, explain.
Why?
Yeah.
The passwords in any of these services are kept in a hash format. Let's go a little technical.
Yeah.
It is hashing, not encryption.
Okay.
Because for encryption there is decryption, but for hashing there is no dehashing.
So they never actually store your password as it is.
Then none of the company, officially they should never.
No decent company
ever saves your plain text password in the database.
So they always save it in a manner, doing some munging to it, hashing, and they store the hash thing, and there is no way to get back your password from that.
So it is a one-way road.
Yeah, okay.
But if they have sent you the password in plain text, and not only bank, any website, if they have sent you password in plain text, that means
fire that company.
Fire the company. They have kept your password in plain text, or they have kept an encrypted password.
Yeah.
But that is decryptable. That means if their database is leaked, the password can be decrypted.
So basically you're saying that anyone, if you ever get your original password back from some company that has incompetent people and do not trust.
That's the last day of using their service.
Okay, makes sense.
The idea is, or rather the best possible rule is, every website should have a different password.
Correct.
Each password should be long.
Yes.
And no password should be reused.
Correct.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
Now the point is, when you go to sign up to a website,
the
website says minimum 8 character. Minimum 10 character. Hang on, why are you looking at the minimum? Look at the maximum. There are some sites and even there are some banks who says not more than 14 character long password.
That.
But wherever it is allowed, go 30 character, go 40 character. Because you don't have to type it. Because you don't have to remember it.
Wait, what?
How do we achieve that stage? That we don't have to remember it.
No, the whole point of having short password is that quickly I have to type it so many times and I want to do it quickly. I don't want to be typing 30 characters every time I log in. So what is the solution?
So the solution is available. This is called as a password manager.
Okay. This is a software or an app?
This is a software and app. There are free versions, there are paid versions. Most of the antiviruses now have started bundling a password manager into that security suite. What you can do is install any of those. There are one which are available on multiple devices. So my phone and my iPad and my laptop, same password database is synced. Which is on the cloud. And whenever I have to enter a password, all I have to do is click it, select the account which I want to log in, click. The password is auto filled into the field.
Oh, so it
fills
it all automatically.
It fills the field.
Okay.
So if I'm not typing, if I'm not remembering, why limit myself to 8 characters? Why not 30, 40, 70 characters?
Right. Just let it be.
Let it be as big as possible.
So, but I mean, this seems like, Chrome asks me if I want to remember this password or save it in their thing. Shouldn't I be using that? That seems much more convenient.
Yes, why not? At least it's 100 times better than you writing in an Excel file or a diary. There are physical diaries available in shopping malls which are called as password diary.
What are you saying?
You can actually write down your password.
Oh my god. Okay.
But never ever buy those. The idea is having a password manager to make it life easy.
No, but
most of the browsers have.
Why would I use a password manager instead of just doing it in Chrome?
So Chrome's password saving mechanism is Google's password manager.
Oh, okay. It is a password manager.
Password manager.
Okay.
What we recommend is not to use that in your work environment.
Okay.
Why? Because a work computer is not your computer. It is controlled by the organization. It is controlled by the administrators of the organization.
Your personal passwords will end up there, and
can go into a gray area.
Okay.
On a personal devices, go ahead. Either use Chrome or browse Firefox. All of them have coming up with their password managers.
Right. Okay.
There you can go ahead and lock the password manager as well.
Why would I do that?
So that anybody else at any point of time, if using your machine,
shouldn't be able to log into my bank and withdraw money.
You should be able to log into your password manager and look at all the passwords.
Oh, okay.
Looking in the plain text.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I strongly recommend people not to use the browser password manager. There's a reason, because then convenience is also a matter. If you use a specific application as a password manager only, then you are giving that one task to that one particular application. So there are dedicated password managers.
So basically a master of managing passwords is better than a jack of all trades, which is what Chrome is.
Why? Because in your interesting browsing behavior, you might go ahead, click somewhere, and which may cause something, I don't know, but which may cause something.
In general, with matters of password, better to be extra safe.
Extra safe, because they are the key to the kingdom.
Passwords, passwords is just one way people hack into your devices. What are other ways?
Even if the password has gone, what next? Becomes the questions.
Right.
Now, and I've demonstrated this in multiple cases. And because this is video, I don't want to, because video can be paused. But I've actually picked up my phone, opened up my password manager, showed my password to people. Okay, this is my password. Few while ago, I was saying you should not seeing your password in plain text. It's part.
Right.
But if my password is really long and strong and that complex, and I never
it's just a
remember it, I never
random
type it.
sequence of character. It's not like a word
Correct.
or anything. Yeah.
So then you can actually do that.
Yeah.
But why did I dare to do that? Because to the account which I show is protected by a two-factor authentication.
Okay.
A two-factor authentication is very commonly in India known as OTP.
Okay.
People remember it very easily that
All
it's
right.
an OTP, one-time password.
Okay.
One-time password, how it is different from a password. So let's take an example of a bank.
Yeah.
You have a bank account number.
Right.
I want to transfer you money, you will give your bank account number to me.
Right. Yeah.
Something which you have shared.
Right.
How do you log into your bank account? You never use your bank account number to log into the bank.
Yeah.
You use something called as customer ID or CRN number or some ID.
Yeah.
Which you never share with anyone.
Correct. Yeah.
You know this ID.
Okay. So something you know. Yeah.
Then you know the password. Something you know is a username and password.
Right. Yeah.
That's the first factor of authentication.
Right. And something I know I'm very likely going to store somewhere and that can get stolen by somebody. So you need a different way of...
The second method, that's why it is called as two-factor authentication. Okay. The second factor of authentication is something you have.
Okay.
What do you have? You have a phone.
Okay. Yeah.
You have a SIM card number.
Right.
You have a mobile phone which is most of the time with you.
Yeah.
On this there would be a number generated. Either generated or sent as an SMS OTP.
Correct. So, okay, so if I don't have the phone, I cannot use the OTP. So somebody who manages to steal my password still it's not useful until they steal what I have, my mobile phone.
As well.
Okay.
So that's a two-factor authentication.
All right, yeah.
There is a third factor as well. Okay. Or rather, beyond two, everything is called as multi-factor authentication.
Okay.
The next part of authentication is who you are.
Okay, what does that mean?
Your thumbprint, your iris scan, your face biometric is something you are.
Okay.
So breaking that is even more difficult.
Right. Yeah.
So you are just adding a layer of protection on your thing which you want to protect.
Yeah.
Something you know, something you have, and something you are.
But yeah, my bank has OTPs, right? But most of my other accounts don't have OTPs.
Why not? Google gives you for free, Instagram gives you for free, WhatsApp gives you for free, Facebook gives you for free. All the popular accounts give this service.
Most accounts, I mean more and more accounts these days allow you to enable
two-factor authentication.
And I should be doing that.
Free of cost.
Okay.
Free of cost. You don't have to pay for it.
Okay.
Now, so it's an additional security feature available free of cost. All you're doing is not using it.
My bank has my money and it is very important to me. So I do two-factor authentication for that. My Gmail doesn't have any money, right? I just use it for email. So why can't, I will not enable two-factor authentication for that. Is there a problem with that?
Do you have an insurance?
Yeah.
You have a bank account?
Yes.
You have various services?
Yeah.
Which email ID have you given into them?
Okay, but what
it's
does
the same ID, right?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with anything?
If this ID is lost, access to this ID is lost, and you're not aware about it because attacker has the password, you have the password, you're continuing using it. Attacker is also using that.
Okay.
He can impersonate you.
Okay.
A lot of people have habit of storing a lot of information on their Google Drive or OneDrive for that matter. That is with attacker.
Yeah.
And then they can go to the bank, do the social engineering with them, to the insurance company or someone, to pretend to be you. They're impersonating you in that case. That means...
Oh, wait a minute. So what also, if I say forgot password on the bank website, they're going to send an email.
Which is coming onto your email account.
And which I didn't protect using two-factor authentication.
And I'm an attacker.
Yeah.
I'll do a forget password.
Yes.
The moment it comes, I'll click on the link and delete that email. You will not even know that there's an email of that kind as
So, okay, in fact, I won't even realize that my account is hacked. That attacker is just checking those mails regularly. That's all. No, now I remember that there was a famous Twitter hack where lots of celebrities' Twitter accounts got hacked. And if I remember right, the way it was hacked was that the forget password email was like Gmail or something. That email had a backup email, which was Hotmail. And
the Hotmail was not protected.
The Hotmail, that person had forgotten he had an account. And so that account got deleted and the hacker was able to create a new account with the same username.
Very interesting. And which is possible.
And no, none of us really think, I mean, you think about, okay, I'm going to protect my Gmail, but that has a backup email and nobody bothers with what that backup email is. So now you get into the backup email, use that to reset the password of the Gmail, use that to reset the password of the bank, and now you're in trouble.
Or Twitter or Facebook, whatever.
Everything, right, exactly.
So it's not only money which is at the risk right now.
Yeah. Oh, reputation.
Your online reputation, everything in online is at a risk because everything is connected.
Right.
And most of the time people have 1 or 2 email addresses and they're managing their life with that one.
Right, yeah. And in fact, I mean, if your authentic account is in the hands of a hacker, they can use that to social engineer your friends, right?
Audience,
I mean, from your official account, you're sending messages asking for information, right?
What you started in the beginning, that a Twitter account was used to send out the cryptocurrency scam links.
Yes.
Something coming from Naveen, I would say, oh, Naveen sending this link, he would have verified it. I can go ahead and click on it.
And now they lost money because they thought
your account was lost.
saying it, yes.
Right. So all of them are interconnected. Hence, protecting all your accounts is important and easy.
And easy.
And I'm not saying cheap, I'm saying free. These are all free.
So just basically, you have to give up a little bit of the convenience to be able to sleep well.
I'll tell you a very interesting story which has happened to me.
Yeah.
One of the universities.
Yeah.
I went there, had something urgent to be done, so I had to log on to my email account. I hadn't had any other computing device then and there.
Yeah.
So I used one of the university computer to log in, put in my username, password. I took the OTP, entered it, logged into it, done. Log out, cleaned, came back. 2 days later, I get an SMS that this is your OTP. I said, I never asked for it.
Okay.
Then I started looking back, where did I log in? And I remember it was the university PC where I logged in.
Okay.
I did not change my password. I first went to university, spoke to them and get all the machines sanitized, and I'm not changing my password even till the evening because I know my account is protected by the two-factor authentication.
Okay.
They are more at risk.
Yes. Yeah. The ones who didn't have two-factor. Yeah.
No, their machine was infected. That's why my password leaked out. A few years ago, it was a stat that what are the total number of new virus coming every day? Take a guess.
Like 3-4.
3.5 lakh new viruses
Lakh
every day.
Viruses.
What
different kinds of viruses.
Some different, some not very different. Picking up an old one, just do a little bit here and there so that it stop getting detected and new variant is out.
Oh my god.
Just do a little bit of mutation.
Okay.
And this is not detected by antivirus. So coming back to this university case.
Yeah.
Because the antivirus expired a few days ago.
Yeah.
The definition was not up to date.
Okay.
So a malware came in.
A virus got into the computer and now it is sitting there. Okay.
Looking for everybody typing a username and password.
No, but see, if there is a virus in the computer, won't the computer crash?
No, not necessarily. It was an era when virus used to cause those trouble.
Okay.
These days viruses sit idle, wait for the right time and then act.
So you could have a virus on your device for months and not notice it. It's just sitting there in the background. The virus can see what I'm typing.
Yes, they can. It's an application running on your system.
Okay, and it can see everything.
Because it is malicious, we call them malware, but it is aware. It's a software.
Right.
It's technically a software.
Right.
Which is sitting on your machine.
Basically, any device, if the antivirus is not up to date, could have a virus in there which is watching everything I type and sending credit card numbers, passwords, and so on to a hacker.
Yes. You know, one of the biggest fact, you require an antivirus for an Android phone as well. And
no, I don't know anybody who has antivirus for the phone.
That's the problem. Most of the people do not have an antivirus on their Android phones.
So wait, there are viruses on Windows machines.
No, they are on they're on Linux. People have this belief that Linux do not get virus. Linux has viruses. Mac machines has viruses. Android phones have a lot of viruses.
My phone doesn't have an antivirus, and the virus can sit there and watch everything. It can see OTPs that are coming to my phone. Okay, so that sounds very dangerous.
Very recently, a bank sent out a awareness material to all the customers that how do attacker work. The whole modus operandi was described by the bank to people. People didn't understood, but that's a separate story. Attacker will create an app which is a SMS reading writing app.
Okay.
Which work like an SMS reading writing app and stay on the phone.
Okay.
but they cannot put in directly.
Yeah.
So they will do a social engineering, tell you that, oh, you have offer, or your phone is, your KYC is expiring, whatever method.
Yeah.
You have to install this.
Okay.
So you go ahead, you install it. Or then there are ways by which it can be downloaded on the machine.
Right.
Once you install it, there is an application working on your phone. The work of this application is read SMS, send it to this guy. Read SMS, send it to this guy.
And this includes all OTP SMSs.
OTP as well.
So wait, now what sounds very dangerous to me is that on my mobile, I open the bank website.
Web page.
I type in my username, I type in my password,
and
I'm
I wait for
very
the OTP.
proud that there is two-factor authentication here, so I wait for an OTP. And all of those, if there is a virus on my phone, it can read all of those, including the
Everything.
OTP.
Next time,
Yeah.
because your phone is infected with this malware,
Yeah.
and your username and password is already known to the attacker,
Yeah.
you would enter username, password, and in his database, which is getting updated every millisecond, sees the OTP, comes in, types in the OTP, and he's into your account.
Okay. That
Your your banking is happening on the phone, and this is important. So this bank, when they send an awareness, they were about the UPI. Because if you have installed, say, Bheem app on this phone, that's your official UPI application which you're using.
Right, yeah.
An attacker can install Google Pay on a different phone and have the same account configured here.
Okay. And I mean, to configure the account, all that is needed is OTPs, right?
You need to send an SMS to the bank
that
I'm configuring it here and receive. Bank says, I will accept only the SMS from the number which is registered with your bank.
Correct, yeah.
But that's on this phone, that's not on my phone. How do I send that?
Okay.
So I ask the malware to send the message
so there is
from my attacker device to your device to bank. Bank sends a response, take the response back,
and the OTP gets entered here. So now on a
configured.
completely unrelated phone has my GPay configured.
And the transaction can happen.
Okay. All of this just sounds quite nasty to me. So tell me something, right? Do you actually use bank websites on your phone?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So how do you protect yourself?
My phone number, which is there with the bank, is not the number you guys know or anybody knows.
So it's not this.
It's not this number.
Then
my number, I have a separate phone.
Okay.
For OTP.
That's it.
That's it.
Only used for OTP.
That's known to the bank in my bank file.
Yeah.
Any call on that is coming from bank.
Right.
And most of the time it's a spam.
Right, of course.
Because banks sell your data to other people and somebody else is calling you.
Right.
My OTPs are going there.
Okay. But what if that has a virus?
But that's an idle phone, not used for any other purpose. It's an old phone which I retired from this thing.
A dabba phone?
No, not a dabba phone.
It's a regular phone, but it has no apps,
nothing.
Okay.
Blank. And I'm not even browsing on it.
Okay. So
what are the channels of a malware coming in? A malware can come if the malware has broken into the bank system and picked up my number and using some method sent.
That seems very far-fetched.
Very far-fetched.
Right.
It's as it is called, it's a stock phone.
Okay.
It's just a stock phone. Whatever apps were there, default it's there.
Okay.
And I'm not using it for any other purpose. Problem.
Yeah.
When I go to any of the shop till some time, and because see, protection always catches up the fraud.
Correct. Yeah.
So now UPI apps have gone ahead that they will not allow UPI to work on a phone where that particular SIM card is not there.
Yes. Yes.
I was lucky enough to be using since long.
Yeah.
Now I can't.
Yes.
So what I've done, I have got a payment bank account. These are the low value accounts. You can have maximum 1 lakh rupees in it.
A separate bank account.
Separate bank account.
Which doesn't have your primary money. It is just an account used only for little payments. So you transfer money
I have to transfer manually. There's no automated way of taking money from a bank.
So you always keep only a limited amount of money in that, and so that's the max you can lose.
That's the max I can lose.
Okay.
And then I use that phone or that app on this phone, and I use that for all transactions. The moment I'm going low on balance, I manually transfer some money here.
Yeah.
That's the reason these banks were created. Payment bank, Airtel Payment Bank, Paytm Payment Bank, Jio Payment Bank. A lot of payment banks were created for this purpose. It's a payment bank.
Yeah.
You have to do a quick payment with this.
Correct. Yeah. So actually, I've known Rohit for a long time, and these things that he told me, I know this is what Rohit recommends. So about 2 years ago, I went ahead and did this for my family. The two things I did was, one, a completely different phone for the OTPs from the important bank accounts, which is not used anywhere. Nobody knows that number other than my family and my bank. And second is a separate bank account for every family member, which is not connected to the main bank accounts.
It's not auto-connected, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, which is only used for payments and which at any time only has a small amount of money, right? It does increase the work a little bit, but very quickly we have all gotten used to it, and now we feel much safer.
Especially, it increases the peace of mind as well.
It increases the peace of mind. We're not worried. And yes, I mean, although I pretended that this doesn't have antivirus, it does have antivirus because I listened to Rohit. It does take some time, right? I heard this from Rohit 4 years ago, but I implemented it only 2 years ago. It took me 2 years to push myself to do it, but I'm glad I did it, and you should also do that.
And it's very, very important. Any computing device in your hand, you should have a protection on top.
Antivirus, yes.
And why do I have this separate phone?
Yeah.
Because there was a very big news, and there was a big method by which attacker used to do something called a SIM swap.
Okay.
They would talk to the telco,
right,
the telecom company.
Yes.
They would get your Aadhaar card. People have, there are a lot of ways by which people have leaked their Aadhaar card information.
Correct, yeah.
They would get a PAN card number and other stuff.
Right.
They will pretend to be you to the telecom company.
Yes.
And get a separate SIM card saying that old SIM card is lost or gone in the drain.
No, I still actually remember reading this in a Pune newspaper where a person's...
an IIT professor
oh my God,
actually lost because of the SIM swap.
Right.
So when I started this whole idea of a different phone, it was during that time.
Yeah.
Although that's very difficult today to do SIM swap.
Yeah.
Because if you go to change a SIM card today,
yeah,
you will be having, you have to give a thumbprint to authenticate Aadhaar and a video and all of stuff happens.
Right.
But previously it was a case. So, and SIM swap has been a big attack method for a lot of people doing the OTP capture.
So basically they managed to get your
SIM card,
basically your number on their phone without you even realizing it.
So you realize that your phone is not working, something is wrong.
You will probably take 2 days to go fix it.
No,
because
it takes just, phone is important for everyone. It takes few hours.
Yeah, but
that is few hours is enough for the attacker.
Right, yeah.
And that's how SIM swap happens, and that's how I started this method of keeping a different phone.
Actually, if I remember, the news article where the SIM stopped working at evening and the person went the next day. But overnight the money was gone. Like 40 plus lakh.
40 plus lakh amount was, I remember that article.
Yeah.
So that has happened, and that's the reason I started, but now I'm happy that I started.
The other thing is that, okay, SIM swap has become more difficult.
So SIM swap, when it was easier, people got breached.
Yeah.
And then the telecom companies came up with methods and processes to make it difficult.
Right.
So now it doesn't happen.
But something else is happening.
Something else is happening.
Correct. That's why you have to be one step ahead. That's why be extra safe.
Yeah.
Initially, it seems like a little bit more work, but you get used to it very quickly. Human beings are very adaptable, and after that, things are smooth. So I would recommend you do this. Use a password manager, use two-factor authentication, and if possible, use a separate phone for your bank account. It doesn't cost a lot. Stay safe, right? Don't be hacked. This is Rohit Srivastav, and I am Naveen Kabra. This is futureIQ.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for watching till the end. If you liked this episode, check out these others. You might like them also. And please share with your friends. I'm sure they will also like these. Thank you.